Leadership. And notice I have some letters capitalized and big and some lowercase and just kind of there to let you see what it's supposed to spell out. Anybody want, these are values, by the way. These letters represent 7 values. Can anybody venture a guess as to any of what the values are?
Loyalty.
Loyalty, yes.
Determination.
No, good guess though. What?
Passionate.
Nope, good guess though. Yes.
Respect.
Yes.
Intelligence.
Good, again, good guess. Yes.
Honor. Strength.
Nope, good guess.
Participation.
Wait, somebody took a crack at the H.
I did.
Honor?
Yeah.
Yep. Thought I heard that. What?
Pride.
Pride? Nope.
Participation.
Nope.
Wait, I forgot what it's called.
Right on the tip of your tongue.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's the I one. It's
I-N-T.
Interpretation.
it's like
Intelligence.
it's
Information.
I know.
Intellect.
Int,
Intel.
in,
Integrity.
Integrity.
Precision.
Yeah, looking. Close your computers down for a second.
Consequence. Personal. Country.
Courage. Personal courage. What about the S and the D?
Superiority.
No.
Sportsmanship? No.
This is fun.
the,
Yeah.
Determination.
No, but that's a good guess.
Deterioration.
Values. Values that you would want to live by.
dependation.
Doable.
I can't say it right.
Durable.
Duty?
Duty.
Oh.
Selfish.
Is that what that says?
Selflessness.
Selfless.
Selflessness. Selfless.
Selfless service.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what these 7 values are? They are the Army values. How did you know that?
Because it's easy to know.
Okay. So yeah, these are the 7 Army values. I learned these when I was a young private in the Army 18 years ago. And if you live your life by these values, whether you're military, whether you're civilian, whether you're clergy, whether whatever, you're probably going to live a pretty satisfying life. I say satisfying, I don't necessarily mean financially I'm rich, right? Because not everyone's values include I want to be rich. Do you see that up here?
No.
Okay. So these are pretty much universal. No matter what your ambitions, your end goal in life, if you live by these values, you'll probably meet your goal. So, somebody tell me about loyalty. Go ahead.
When I hear loyalty, I think of like a good dog.
A good dog. Why do you think of a good dog when you think of loyalty?
Because it's a like run off, you can like kind of count on them to come back.
Okay, you can count on them, you can trust them.
They'll stay by your side no matter what.
By your side. Do they love you no matter what? Right?
Yeah.
What?
Loyalty with friends. Having a loyal friend.
Having a loyal friend? Yeah?
Loyalty to your comrade.
Do what?
Loyalty to your comrade.
Yeah, to the folks that you're allied with, right? Absolutely. Has anybody ever heard this? Loyalty is not ratting out your friends. Have you ever heard that?
Looking out for them.
That's a load of garbage.
Yeah, that is the
It is a load of garbage.
That is the
Okay.
opposite.
It is one interpretation of loyalty. However, if you are living by the Army values or by any sort of good set of values, you wouldn't be doing anything wrong in the first place. And your friend wouldn't either. And if they do that all the time, would they be your friend?
No.
Maybe not. Maybe they are, but you wouldn't rat them out, but you'd seek help for them. Yes? And they might think of it as ratting them out, but you're actually doing right by them, right? You're interfering with their bad behavior. That is good. That is showing loyalty to people that you care about. Duty. What about duty? Rice.
I personally think of Call of Duty.
Okay. What is the Call of Duty? Why do they name the game that?
About the war.
You don't even know why they called the game Call of Duty? Why?
Because it's about people in service fighting for their countries.
Did everybody
Like the Cold War.
did everybody run out and volunteer? And I say everybody, that's a slight exaggeration. But was there a large push after the Day of Infamy, right? After we were attacked, wasn't there a large push, a patriotic push? People would volunteer to serve in the armed forces.
Yeah.
Because they felt a sense of duty toward what?
Their country.
Toward their country.
Their home.
Toward their fellow countrymen and women, right? So, sense of duty. Now, that can be military like that, but it can also be a sense of duty. What is your duty in what you are currently doing? My duty is to make sure that I do the best I can to educate you, right? Your duty is to do the best you can to be educated. Things that get in the way of that are a problem, yes? Respect. Go.
I think of him the 7 habits of treating people the way you should.
Yeah, the golden rule, right? Where do you think you probably need to start when it comes to respect?
Your parents.
Your parents is a good place to start. Where else can you start?
Your the people you work with, or
Okay.
the people that you go along with.
I'm fine with those things, but you can't really respect anybody unless you respect
Yourself.
yourself. If you have self-respect, do you do things that harm yourself?
No.
If you have self-respect, you will do things that make you better, right? Selfless service. What does that mean?
Serving yourself without doubt.
No, selfless. Selfless service. You're not serving yourself,
Serving other people.
you're serving others. You're putting other people's needs ahead of your own. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to, I'll give you a good example. Anybody ever fly on an airline?
Yeah.
Right? The stewardess, they go through the whole spiel, your exits are over here, and then remember the part where they talk about the oxygen? It might drop down and secure your own mask first before helping the person next to you, maybe a child or something. So you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of other people, but selfless service means that you're willing to do for others, even if it doesn't necessarily improve your life. Does that make sense? Putting other people's welfare above your own. Honor. What is honor? Yes.
Honoring your country.
Honoring your country. What is honor, though? You used it as a verb. What about as a noun? What is honor?
To feel and to have pride in something.
Close. I mean, it's kind of one of those words where to define it, you have to use several other words, right? Yes.
Like appreciating someone.
Okay, appreciating someone else. So we could, they're using it again as a verb, though. I am going to honor someone else. Appreciate someone else, right? What about as a noun? What is it? Bryce?
Like a high respect for something.
Yeah. Holding something in respect. Again, we're still in verb territory, don't you think?
Yeah.
Is honor a sense of pride?
Yes.
Can a family have honor or be honorable?
Yes.
Are certain acts likely to make one feel honorable or have other people look upon them as though they have honor.
Yes.
Integrity. One of my personal favorites. What is integrity? I want to get somebody new. Well, Kelly, what's integrity?
Doing the right thing, even when other people aren't watching.
That's a book definition if I ever heard one, but it's right. Doing the right thing, whether anybody's watching or not. I'm made fun of sometimes as being a rule follower. I just think I have integrity. Sometimes it's to the point of being ridiculous, though. It's like 5 a.m. and I'm driving and there's nobody on the road and I come to an intersection and I signal. Like, who are you signaling for? Because you're supposed to signal. I'm a rule follower, right? It's a good habit to be in anyway. It's just a habit.
Just do it without thinking.
Like you're gonna move the vehicle just a little bit over in your own parking lot, and I automatically go to put my seatbelt on. Come on, man. You're not going anywhere. It's just a habit, right? But it's part of this. Integrity, doing the right thing even when nobody's watching. Doing the right thing, what? Legally?
Anytime, any place, any
Morally?
any
Ethically?
circumstances. Yes.
All of the above, right?
Yeah.
So just because something is legal to do isn't necessarily right to do. In our society today, there's a lot of folks that would say, well, you're not, it's not illegal unless you get caught. Or it's not wrong unless you get caught. I think that's a bunch of hogwash. But that's because I have some integrity. I hope you do too. Right? Doing the right thing for the sake of maintaining some kind of order in our society, right? Knowing the difference between right and wrong and acting on it. Knowing the difference between right and wrong doesn't do you any good, does it?
Nope.
Unless people actually act in such a way that reinforces, hey, we think this is right behavior and we're actually going to do it because it makes everyone better. And vice versa, right? Personal courage.
Having courage in yourself.
Having courage in yourself. Yeah, well, having courage in the face of what?
danger,
Maybe.
aka parents.
What, okay, so admitting that you're wrong. Does it take personal courage to admit that you're wrong?
Yeah.
Does it take personal courage to stand up to peer pressure? Does it take personal courage to do the right thing sometimes? Okay, good. So why do you think I brought up the Army values today?
Because we're watching the World War II thing.
Okay, yeah, we're watching our docu-series about World War II. Are there some folks that maybe could have shown more personal courage, more integrity, more respect, right? If these were followed, would there have been a World War II? Of course not. But some people have some very perverse ideas, definitions about these words, right, Kip Churcher?
Yes.
Why else might I have brought up the Army values?
It's because multiple people in this room need to improve in some areas of them.
Okay, so maybe I thought some of you could benefit from a reminder of things that you can do to make yourself better, right? Maybe some folks in other classes. Maybe you just see other grade levels even behaving in certain ways, right? I talked to some of my 8th grade teacher friends, right? So we know there are things in the building that shouldn't even be here, right? And I haven't called anybody out personally today, and I won't, even though we know things. But what I've said is, and I'll say to this group too, if you have something that you probably shouldn't have in the building, maybe you want to get rid of after being reminded that you should probably respect yourself and not harm yourself, And if you scoff at that now, that's fine. But at some other point during the day, if it kind of sinks in and you take it seriously, I'm being sincere, okay? And you realize, yeah, I should probably get rid of this. I should probably improve myself. Maybe seek help. I can be a place of amnesty for you. You guys know what that means, amnesty? Okay? It means that you can come to me and say, I've been doing these things, I have this, I don't want it anymore. And I will receive it, I will dispose of it properly, and you can go on your merry way, and or I can hook you up with help, right? Without being in trouble. That's the amnesty part, right? You can get rid of the things that you're doing wrong, try to correct your behavior without being in trouble. You ever heard there's an easy way and there's a hard way? Right? You've heard that before? Amnesty is one of those easy ways. Okay. All right. Any other reasons why, those were the intended purposes. Is there anything else you can think of? Ooh, I just thought of another one. How about your seating arrangement?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't here Friday, so I had a sub. And the other teachers on your team had a summit meeting, right? So they had subs in the room. And apparently there were some folks that will go unnamed, because you probably already know them anyway, don't say it out loud, I don't care to hear it again, that couldn't handle it. I will not baby you and put you back in seats that worked maybe better. We didn't even give it a chance, right? You had, 3 days in those seats before some folks couldn't handle it. You all chose these seats, yes? I warned you all about choosing good seats, yes? Okay. You all will live in your seats, and you will either thrive, because, I don't know, you'll live by some of those, or you will fail. But you are, what's the expression? You made the bed, now lay in it. Right? You've arranged yourselves, now you're going to sit here. And you will either fail or you will succeed. Does that mean I'm going to write you up the first time you do something wrong? Probably not. I don't like writing people up. I'm lazy, and 3D room gets full fast.
Small room.
But you might not succeed academically, right? Okay. With that said, any questions about any of this? If you all need to drop something off, if you want to talk, you have me, you have the other teachers, you have admin, you can go to any of us, okay? Yes?
Mind if I just take a picture of that?
Sure. Absolutely. Take a pic, write it down. You can look it up online. They've got really cool graphics, like, Army pictures and soldiers and all sorts of neat stuff that go along with it. But anyway, that's my spiel for today. I hope you enjoyed. Let's get back to, now remember, this is Divide and Conquer. They're comparing in this scene Dillinger, who was a criminal mobster, right? What's funny? Oh,
That's funny.
looking at each other.
No. Tony's face. I know your face goes match that perfect.
We look at each other and we giggle. All right, okay. So they're comparing Dillinger, right? Shh. To who? To Hitler. And they mentioned that there's cops, there's local law enforcement to handle Dillinger, but there's no police force to handle Hitler. Why? Because the League of Nations has failed.